Alright, I'm a Sovereign Sage. So the last video got cut in completely short because my food had arrived and I had to eat and then I was gone for too long. But I think I've only gotten 2 endings for Kaeya's Hangout, and there's like 5. So this is the 3rd one, I think. So I still have a ways to go. So we're gonna ask him, how do you control it anyway?
A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. If it finds my joke funny, then it cooperates with me. Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me.
He caught us off guard when he insisted on taking the 2nd coin toss.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin. But it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you. So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round. But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging only made it all the more exciting to watch him slowly but surely fall into our trap. Especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other tricks up his sleeve that we hadn't thought of. Then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it.
Never change your good nature. All con artists get conned themselves sooner or later. True.
Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, but one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
Oh? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are 2 kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you want to be? And you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant. Well, it's okay, because I just thought of a fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss. This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
Oh my god.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
Kaeya just put the coin back in his pocket.
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.
Do you want to be my informant or my friend? Yep. Alright. I haven't gotten all of them though. I still have 2 endings left. So let's see where it branches from where I just was. Okay, so there's 1 ending there. That leads to a dead end, that leads to a dead end. Well, that means that there's 2 endings off this ending. Oh yeah, this is the one where we're on our way back. So I think that the ending changes when we ask him to if we can hand out the souvenirs with him. There's the one with Barbara and Venti.
Look, Mondstadt's windmill. Now,
Okay, I'm gonna skip this.
according to the
See what I
merchant,
said.
merchants love. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection. You're welcome. I'm ready to head into. I could give everyone their. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone.
I can join you for the souvenir giving. So if I've already done this before, I skip it. So you would have to see the last video for this. I don't like going through things again. So I'm going to skip it until I get the answer that I haven't done. So I haven't done this one yet. So all of this will be new.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is. They're mostly people you know, so it'll be a chance for you to say hi to some people you haven't seen in a while. Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Jean and Lisa will definitely be there, and with any luck, we might run into a few others too.
Okay. Just teleport, I ain't gonna run the whole way there. There's only 2 endings I'm missing. The one where we met Venti, I don't know how that one would have branched. And if it would have branched, it would have told me, and it didn't, so... I'm assuming it has to branch here. It most likely has to branch here. It's the only other ending possibility that makes sense.
Hey, you two busy?
I'm back, Mondstadt. Long time no see, everyone.
You must have had a tough journey, Kaeya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie.
You know, it would be nice to see the characters and the outfits that I actually have them wearing. But, whatever.
Yes, welcome back, Kaeya. Why is the honorary knight accompanying you?
Because I ran into him in Sumeru and he suggested that I come back with him. Explain your chance encounter with Kaeya in Sumeru.
I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaeya. I have already received your report. You did well this time, thank you.
Why would they care that I'm with him? Like, why is it a problem? The way that they're acting like it's a problem that I'm with him.
A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting Grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
He's talking like he wasn't planning on spending it. I have a sudden urge to expose him. I won't say nothing.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaeya.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Oh! A box, a dagger, and an ornamental thing.
Here. The letter opener is for Jean.
Okay.
The jeweled brooch is for Lisa. and the items in the box are for everyone else.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaeya.
It's a letter opener. I thought it was a dagger.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch.
Color
And
of her
the
eyes.
setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste, Kaeya. This can't have come cheap.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't spend too much.
Might I intrude a moment?
Albedo?
Albedo, is that you? Come in.
I know that voice. Oh my god.
I finished the latest quarterly expenses report for the workshop. It's ready for your review. Traveler, greetings. And Kaeya, welcome back from Sumeru. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hello, Albedo.
You two look like you're in good spirits.
I'm always happy when I see you. I love this character, and I love Koi Dao's voice. He is such a talented, like, fucking man. Like, I love his voice. It fits Albedo perfectly. And when he speaks, it's like melting butter in a sunset. It's so great. It fits the character, and he brings Albedo to life in such a way that I can't explain. And every time I see Albedo or even hear his voice, it's enough to make me happy. I can be having like the worst day of my life, and the moment I see or even hear Albedo, I feel as if though any sadness or anything I feel is immediately just washed away like a summer spring.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I traveled back from Sumeru together.
Don't say it like
Yes,
that.
And I brought some souvenirs for you and Klee. They form a set. Hold on. Let me dig them out.
The way he said that, we came back together. No, you're gonna give people the wrong idea.
You're too kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded, and that it would be a long time before you could come out.
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
Grounded.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
It's Klee's third time this month.
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
Anyway, since my souvenir is part of a set with Klee's, there's no rush to give it to me. When Klee's next, released, I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
Sure. Makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who will enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
Aw.
Kaeya, I've approved your vacation request. Use this time to relax and unwind. Don't worry about the report and other work. I'll take care of it. You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance with at this time, so please take it easy.
Look at that untextured ground grass outside.
Thank you. Then we'll be going now.
Enjoy your vacation. But don't forget to return the Fox and the Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
Don't worry, I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to return them in a few days.
Oh my god. They're not gonna question the fact that I'm leaving with them. They acted surprised that I came here with them. Why would they not question that I'm leaving with them? Hello.
Kaeya is just as thoughtful as always.
Uh-huh.
Though there's always something to do. With everyone lending a hand, I always feel at ease.
Okay. God, this like building feels really huge when you walk into the middle section right there. It feels massive compared to like the rooms themselves. Like the main like entry hall is like so big. And then you go and you look at the rooms in the building and they're like significantly small. It's like, what the hell? But I guess that's to be expected, right? What? The stairs popped me.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
This is just the norm to you.
Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world is something truly precious. Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine? It's been a long time since I last saw everyone there. Plus, it'll be the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews. D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then. What do you think? When should we go?
Oh no. This is probably what changes the ending. He said D-Luke will be there tomorrow, but he wants to go the day after. But I kind of want to see D-Luke. But what will he think of me? I'm gonna just say tomorrow because I'm curious to see. I think this is an ending. This is how the ending changes. How about tomorrow?
That works. Then I guess we'll see D-Luke. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow.
He didn't look too happy about that. I just did it for now because I think that changes the ending I'm gonna get. So let me teleport there and then, because he said let's wait till the day after tomorrow because it'll be easier for him to get wine then. But I just want to see what's gonna happen if I show up to the Dawn Winery with Kaeya while D-Luke is there. I'm more interested in that because she doesn't drink. You know what's funny? There's people that get so mad about the characters in this game when you see people making fan art of them, but you people need to understand that these characters are fictional for one. And for two, Ether and Lumine are not actual normal humans. They're the reincarnation of stars. They're actually over 500 years old. You figure, if they are from Conria, which took place over 500 years ago, and they're both from there, she was sealed for about 300 years or something like that, or 5. She was sealed for about, I want to say maybe she was sealed for 500 years, because Ether roamed the earth, or Teyvat I should say. He roamed around all of Teyvat for that time. The whole time she was sealed in a crystal. And then when she got released, see that's the part that doesn't make sense. They said she was sealed in a meteorite. Ether was trying to find a way to free her. Then when you got free from the meteorite, which was not shown in the game at all, you both came to the world of Teyvat, which is where you got split up from each other. Because Asmodee, the owner, leader, Heavenly Principles, got tired of people freely crossing into her world. Because she didn't want people to find out the truth. Apparently the world of Teyvat is a fake world that was created by her, and she put the gods in place to keep people in place so that they would never try to find out the truth. And apparently the people from Conria found out the truth, that the world was actually fake, it was synthetic, it was created. And that the gods were put in power by Asmodee. They found out the truth of it, and that's why she destroyed them. She told the gods to destroy them, and they had to obey what she said, because she's the ruler of them. She's the leader of them. Like, Asmodee is the ruler of all the other 7 gods, but because they have gods that take over that place. For instance, A's sister was the one who really ruled in power, but she died. And Nahida's a new god. So, like, the old gods were the ones that had a contract with Asmodee. The current ones probably don't, except for maybe Zhongli does. But because Zhongli is already a god of contracts, he won't go against what she says. Because he's, like, bound by it. As for Venti, I don't know. He's a new god, I think, too. He hasn't reigned very long. But like I was saying, before I got off topic, people keep saying that she's not old enough, but she might be like 16 or 17, but she's actually much older than that. Ether and Lumine are basically gods themselves, because they even have the fucking angel wings, and they both possess a gnosis. They have a light gnosis. And somebody who is a normal person would not have a gnosis at all. So the fact that Ether and Lumine both possess a gnosis and have angel wings and magical powers, and can control any element at will, therefore proves they are also some kind of a god being. And they are over 500 years old, both of them. So, When you see people get mad and say, oh, she's a minor. No, she isn't. She's also a fake made-up character, so her age is whatever you want it to be. She might look like she's 15 or 17. I want to say she's actually 18. But I want to say her actual age is at least over 500. If I was to say how old I wanted her to be, I would say she's 700 years old. Because it fits her in the timeline with Kaeya and everything else.
You made it. Come on, let's go inside.
Them flowers are super textured.
Brace yourself for some sour grapes.
Yeah, because D-Luke isn't going to give a shit. I think we're gonna have to go backwards, and I'm gonna have to replay this section again. But I bet you that's what happens. We waited till the day after tomorrow, and I bet you D-Luke would be there. Like it's a trick. He's like, he'll be there tomorrow, but not the day after. And watch it be that he's there. Or I could be wrong.
If you're not feeling well, then let me go this time.
I'm fine. It's not serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
What are you doing here today? And I see you've brought a +1.
Greetings.
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing. It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru, and given how long it's been since we last visited the winery, we thought we'd drop by and say hello.
Is that it? Make yourselves comfortable then.
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve prodigious amounts of your finest wines. Speaking of which, I'm curious where you store the wine these days. Is it the same place as it always used to be?
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for a long time?
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me. The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently. My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor. However, it turns out that they were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing. Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. So why not get a connoisseur to help you appraise the quality? Oh, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would be scandalous. Better to have unknown and insignificant alcohol aficionados do the taste test for you, to prevent word getting out.
Quite the story. You used that one last year. Got anything else?
What? Really? I totally forgot. In that case, how about the principle of reciprocity? Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sumeru, and it cost a veritable mountain of mora.
It's a lantern.
Thanks. Put it on the table.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
He did say thanks.
You want a comment? Okay, then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase over there. Elsa, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaeya. I shall fetch it immediately.
What's wrong, Elsa? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine. But recently, it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem.
True.
Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to D-Luke by now. You can't keep being D-Luke's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time...
Take some time off, Elsa. Don't put it off any longer. I'll handle the guild matters. It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
Master D-Luke, Master Kaeya, thank you both.
Then I'll take my leave and rest for a few days.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, let me head out the door with you. We can grab a few bottles on the way. There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face.
We can drink inside together. Want to come, dealer?
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care of. My apologies and regards to both of you.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
Damn, he dismissed me so hard. D-Luke, come on. I only came here to see you. How could you do this to me?
Where's Kaeya? Gone already?
Kaeya's still here. What are you working on?
Right now, just the usual day-to-day winery business. But I'll be attending a meeting in Elzer's place shortly. The meeting concerns research and development of new beverages, and involves collaboration between several different wineries. It makes more sense for me to attend anyway. Kaeya can answer any questions you might have while I'm not here. He's quite familiar with the winery.
God, he's so tall. He's practically having to look down at her. That crack turn on his head. You know, you might be a pyro character, but you sure are cold as ice. I still like you though. I guess I'll leave. Damn it, and the whole reason why I decided to come today was because of him. But you know, that happens to me in real life too, so you know what, whatever. Guess I'll go hang out with Kaeya then. Oh. Well, you know, if he's busy, he's busy. Life carries on after all. I'm sure I have many other friends to hang out with. I guess I don't have to hang out with him. I guess it's fine.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best. He'll bring it by shortly.
Why is everything so untextured around me? This has to be a joke.
You asked Connor?
Connor, as in Sea-Dog V8? Oh.
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer, I also brought you a gift. Here, this belt buckle's for you.
Such artistry. Thank you. Very much indeed. I'll put it on as soon as I get home.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy your time off. And don't forget to see a doctor.
Very well, Master Kaeya. I'll be taking my leave now.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with 1,000 different things to worry about each day, that same sense of responsibility wears him down.
Master Kaeya, your wine and an apple cider for your friend. All freshly fermented this year. Please, have a taste. Traveler, this one's for you.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. That's rather nice.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side. But I can go grab a dry one if you'd prefer.
No need. Sweet is just fine. Let's drink one together.
Don't mind if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
De-stemming, yeah, so they pull the stems out, crushing. These are obvious terms. Why would I be asking this? I know what they mean. Literally, I know what they mean. This seems absurd. Why would... Come on.
It's an important step in the winemaking process. After harvesting the grapes, the stems have to be removed prior to fermentation, or they'll affect the quality.
Obviously, duh.
If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
It isn't nearly as exciting as it makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that you won't be able to stand up straight.
Master Kaeya is right. Harvesting grapes is back-breaking labor. But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, it's a fascinating experience. And every person at the winery should have a chance to share in it.
Wait, so D-Luke actually helps you with the winemaking?
Oh, goodness, no. Master D-Luke is far too busy, not just during the day, but even at night.
Oh? And just what is D-Luke always so busy with?
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking, and so on. Master Kaeya, you may be surprised to learn just what lengths Master D-Luke is willing to go to for the sake of the business.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaeya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble D-Luke got in that time he snuck a drink?
Ah, yes, of course. Adeline even covered for the two of you.
But on a serious note, having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the vine, harvesting them together and waiting for the alcohol to ferment. Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, watching everyone work was fascinating. How could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself, and in thanks to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
Though my drink is non-alcoholic. You know what? To our generous...
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you. It's a decanter set from Sumeria.
I get a present too? Thank you, Master Kaeya. Time really does fly. I still remember the days when everyone was giving you gifts at your birthday parties when you were young. Now I have wrinkles and Tunner's bent double. Well, Master Kaeya is the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius.
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so some things just aren't as easy as they were. But he's used to doing things his way and doesn't trust new employees to do it for him. A lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't handle how picky he was. Master Kaeya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master D-Luke.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time, and I do have fond memories of the days when he was teaching me to pick grapes.
Oh my god.
Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaeya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. I just spend my hours watching the grapes growing on the vine. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. We've already begun harvesting them these past few days, so that'll keep me occupied. Sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few bunches over for you to try.
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
Hour? I didn't have one that was alcoholic.
What about your friend? Doesn't she want to try?
What if I say yeah?
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
You don't have to do that.
Ah, the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were short-handed?
I believe I do. In that case, I'm counting on you.
I will help too.
What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, suits me. More help is always appreciated. Come with me, young lass. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
Pick the grapes. The ones that are shiny.
Ooh, you have nimble hands, lassie. Master Kaeya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time. What a waste. Fortunately, the young master has a good head on his shoulders. Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man. Polite, kind. If I had a son as exceptional as Kaeya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt.
Okay.
There's a few more rows of grapes up ahead. Let's finish picking them together. Careful not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem.
Right. Oh, I see them. Can I go grab them early, or do I have to stay with him? I could probably grab them early. One,
These grapes look excellent. You're a fast learner.
2, 3.
I'll take them. Good job. Master Kaeya left the winery and moved to Mondstadt. Just like my own son, Guy. He left home to join the Knights of Favorius too. I don't know him like Miss Adeline or Master Deal do. But I know that no matter how old your child gets, they always need a home they can come back to. And without family by your side, you at least need the companionship of friends. I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own 2 eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something bothering him. Something deep-rooted. But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps he just doesn't want to involve us. After all, I doubt that we could help him. I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaeya. Please look after him. He's very dear to us.
I'll take good care of him, or I think Kaeya's much stronger than you might imagine.
That he is, yes. I do still think of him as a child. It takes time for an old man's mind to adjust.
Kaeya is an important friend to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like you, we here at the winery can be happy for him.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
I wouldn't say that.
No jokes. I've received a letter from my son, Guy. He's really going places. I'm so delighted. Master Kaeya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you read it out for me?
Of course.
Thank you both.
Here. Okay, I think I'm still missing one. Yeah, no. Yeah, I am. I think it's the one where he says to come back the day after D-Luke is not there. Yeah. I still caught it. Yeah, 'cause he's like, you want to go today or tomorrow? And I think you're supposed to tell him the day after. I think that's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say the day after. I just wanted to see what D-Luke would say, but he didn't say much.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be... Well, now that all... Ooh, D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled. What do you think? When should we go? Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
Yeah, that's how it changes. Two days later. Okay.
Behold!
Okay. Will they actually let me wait the full 2 days? If I go like this, even though that's not a full 2 days, is it? It was like a day and a half. He's standing on the other side this time.
You're more punctual than I expected. Let's head inside.
What the fuck? Why would you say that to me, you freak? Pyro, hydro, and all the way around the corner. What was that shiny? Oh.
Master Kaeya? And the Traveler? Welcome! Welcome! Please, come in. I'll fetch you both something to drink.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So, what brings you back to the winery this... Sorry. Is there anything I can do for you?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Ah, what a pity. Master D-Luke went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeline are here. Oh, speaking of Adeline, where is she?
She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday and finally has a bit of time to herself.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both. Here, this belt buckle is for you.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Thank you, Master Kaeya. I'll treasure it. Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch of dandelion wine.
Well, what perfect timing. I was just wondering how this year's batch was coming along.
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonia's headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more than sufficient. Else D-Luke might say I came here to beg.
Oh, Master D-Luke might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for her, if you please.
Cider lake? Am I drinking lake water? That's hilarious to say that, but I'm gonna just say cider lake.
The name is not that literal. It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kaeya will be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
Of course my drink is non-alcoholic. Don't know what I was expecting, never mind. I'm used to it already.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Wire.
Please, enjoy.
I don't have an option to say no. It's quite sweet and very tasty.
Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing well?
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started to quiet down over the last couple of days.
So, you've had no time off lately?
Master DeLuca was concerned about the same thing. But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and the guests if I were to take time off? Maybe some other time.
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay. If your condition worsens, DeLuca will never forgive himself.
You make a fair point.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a while.
Master Kaeya, please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
Do you really?
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on, I'll see you out.
Hydro, Animo, Electro, Dendro, Cryo, Geo, Pyro, Hydro, Animo, Electro, Dendro, Cryo, Geo, Pyro, Hydro, Animo, Electro, Dendro, Cryo, Geo. Geo again. What the f—
While I'm resting, I shall leave Dawn Winery in your hands.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Rest easy, and go see the doctor. Such great weather today. A calm breeze and delicious wine. This is quite the treat. Though, it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to the wine locker and fetch one from the reserve collection? I remember it's on the second floor.
Is that allowed?
Of course it's fine. I promised Elzer I'd help. I said nothing about leaving the wine alone.
Adeline.
Sorry, I'm a little late to the welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve collection. Planning on pilfering a bottle of reserve, Master Kaeya? The reserve collection is reserved for a reason, you know. You should at least run it past Master DeLuca first.
Oh, Adamant, surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house.
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop by and say hello. And perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adamant.
How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us.
Oh, Adamant, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. If you rub it on your hands when it gets cold, your skin won't crack.
Oh my! I can't believe you remembered something like that.
Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison, this is nothing.
You're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily. You don't need me to look after you anymore.
True, I don't get sick as much. But speaking of being looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and my stomach missing your cooking so terribly.
Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You too, traveler. Please tell me if there's anything you'd like to eat.
Don't look at me like that, please.
Well, now that you mention it, I do actually feel a bit peckish.
Steak?
Oh, yes. A nice steak would really hit the spot.
Fragrant cedarwood grilled. Medium? Stewed vegetables on the side?
Yes, just like you always used to make. Thank you kindly, Adamant.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a few dishes?
So What, the dish for her? It says for her.
Grilling the steak over fragrant cedar wood infuses it with more flavor than pan-frying it. It's a favorite of Master Kaeya's.
Oh.
Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, we usually set up a grill outdoors. It's perfect for grilling meat, but you can also use it to make stews. I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. What would you prefer, traveler?
Satisfying salad. I'll go with this, since it's Paimon's favorite.
Okay, right away.
He easily gets a fire roaring and prepares the bowl.
Master Kaeya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first, and then prepare your meal once that's underway.
You seem to know Kaeya's preferences inside out.
Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved. At least that's my experience.
True.
If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaeya and his antics, please feel free to talk to me about it. His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember.
I can't always tell what he's up to. I can't always tell if he's being truthful. True. I don't know what to say here. I can't tell if he's being truthful. It seems like I don't trust him, and that's kind of wrong to come across that way, so I'll just...
Kaeya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be. Goodness knows he could be tricky to deal with. But let me share a few little tips. When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe. And don't be led on by him. As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now, right?
That's right.
Do you know why it's called that? The name was coined by none other than Master Crepus when he mixed the drink for Master Kaeya himself. They were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Crepus strictly forbade Master Diluc from drinking. Master Diluc wasn't happy about that, and he convinced Master Kaeya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine. And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaeya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaeya to direct him through the whole thing. The Captain Kaeya of today never bats an eye when he lies, but he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Oh, goodness, how did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Crepus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaeya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar. The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub, and Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Crepus really meant to teach him a lesson. I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaeya was already there. He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels. When Master Crepus saw that the bruises on Master Kaeya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands, he instantly understood the situation. Master Crepus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaeya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste. So you see, Kaeya was a gentle child, and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked. His friends have a special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself. Kaeya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed.
I understand what you mean.
Ah, good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Please wait at the table. I'll be over shortly.
Okay. I was gonna transform into Nahida to harvest all that shit glowing over there, but I guess I'll go sit at the table, because if I don't, she'll think I'm a freak. Animo! I don't need it.
drinking fine wine, eating
Animal!
Adeline's steak. Ah, now this is what I call a vacation.
And I got to hear some stories about your childhood.
Oh? What has Adeline been telling you?
She said you were a very smart kid. She said you had a strong sense of justice.
So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm embarrassed.
Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really outdone yourself. Why don't you sit and eat with us this time?
If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeline. I'm serious. We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules just this once? After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest this small request, are you?
Since it's you, Master Kaeya, I see no choice but to honor your request.
Sit down, lady.
I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid. So, please forgive me for rebuffing you at first. I didn't mean to sound rude.
It's all Kaeya's fault.
Traveler, given how petty Master Kaeya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius?
Yes, everyone is Kaeya's friend. Yes, me. That's condescending.
See, I do have a way with people. And now I have her here to back me up.
Don't use me as leverage, please. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, but is this Dawn Winery? I'm Guangzhi, a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leo Communications Office. Here's my card.
No wonder Elsa felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is. Mr. Guangzhi, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had the occasion to visit in person.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Adeline, we'll continue our discussion later. Could you fetch some apple cider for the three of us?
Certainly, Master Kaeya. Please wait a moment.
Oh my god. Magic.
And how might I address you, sir, as well as your...
Just Kaeya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who usually manages the winery's business. And this is my good friend.
I'm sorry. I thought he was gonna call me his wife. The fuck?
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master Diluc to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment plans for the next quarter. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master Diluc that our agency has expanded this year. So if the winery has any additional needs, please consider us.
Master Kaeya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master Diluc's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhi. Though I am Master Diluc's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please,